When you're planning a multi-day backpacking trip and you're going to be camping at 10,000 feet, gear that is slim, lightweight, and gives you maximum capability is what takes precedent over just about anything else. And the utility knife that I opted for right here on my chest rig checks those three boxes almost perfectly. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another gear review here at the channel, coming at you from the Wyoming wilderness. We are at about 10-3 at this lake that we're hanging out today, fishing, just doing some fun stuff. Our base camp is about 10,000. And we do this every year where my brother, my dad, and I, we take a few buddies and we go do a multi-day trip. And when I was looking at the different blades that I own that would be able to be used in general utility around camp, maybe clean a fish if we catch some, and just do basic firecraft, the Exodus knife and tool Jackalope just really check those boxes for me because of how slim and lightweight it is, but I get tons of blade length. It's not skimping on handle. Look at how long that handle is, man. And on top of that, I get a slim Kydex sheath with multiple lashing options. So I can put it on my chest rig, I can carry it in my pocket, or on a backpack strap. And so in today's video, we're going to find out what the capabilities, limitations of this type of design are, and whether or not it makes sense, or maybe there's something that makes more sense to you. We're going to dive in, running tons of footage of our awesome trip out here in Wyoming, and just take you along for the ride. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm Aaron. This is Gideonstactical. Let's dive in. Okay, let's get into the blade right out of the gate. And because of its slim profile, but the handle to tip dimensions is going to be 4 inches with a cutting edge of 3.88 inches, which when you think about what you do around a campsite, you need basic utility or even just general EDC, right around 4 inches is the sweet spot. So we're pushing right up onto that, and that gives you a lot of capability. It's not a survival knife, and it's not like this Lilliputian, fairy dust level, micro blade. It's going to actually get probably 80% of whatever cutting task, regardless of the environment, done for us. Now, we have edge to spine 3/4 of an inch. So it is slim on a full flat grind with a 0.13 stock thickness with an excellent drop point that's not so snubbed that you can't pierce with it, because I absolutely was able to clean out a fish with it and do a lot of other piercing tasks, but does give you a decent amount of belly. Now, is a big fat, pot belly blade? Of course not. But those two attributes mean that it's going to be able to slice through whatever type of material you're going to encounter on a daily basis, regardless if you want to EDC this thing and you're using it on zip ties and paracord, or you're in the backcountry and you need to cut that cord for your tarp that the cord snapped and you need to rerun that thing, or fishing line as you got your third freaking spinner caught. That didn't happen to me at all while I was up there. Or whatever other, just basic spear point making, you lost a tent peg and you want to fashion one yourself, just hanging around the campfire, or a lot more precision woodscraft. And of course, you can also do food prep because of the full flat grind. And let's get real, it looks like a woods working steak knife. Take a steak knife and turn it into a woods tool. That's what this blade presents, and it will absolutely be able to get that food prep done if you're wanting to use it as a camp kitchen knife in that category as well. Now, obviously, you're counting every ounce when you go backpacking, and this entire package is 4.4 ounces, so it is really lightweight. And its size to weight ratio is why I went with the Jackalope, but there's actually a more compact version that this is based off of, the Adventure Craft. So if you like everything you see in this video, but you're wishing it was a little bit more compact for whatever reason, I encourage you to check that model out as well. Now, I have blued A2 steel. That is an option that is potentially available, and you can also get these in S35VN when available. And I say that because Jacob, the owner of Exodus Knife and Tool, is a small business. White River is the OEM making these for him, and when these are available, it's batch format. So there'll be a batch run with certain steels, certain design attributes that allows for a level of customization And then when they're gone, they're out of stock for a while, and then they'll come back into stock. So when I'm making this video, there should be a batch available for you guys to check out, and I'll have a link popping up in the description. We'll talk pricing and all that other stuff a little bit later in the video. But when we look at those options, I have the A2 version, and this is only, I think, like my third A2 knife, but I'm really falling in love with it. It is a carbon-based tool steel, so it's not going to be as rust resistant as S35VN or MagnaCut and some of those other stainless steels. I've never really had a problem with it. I, was working with it around a lake constantly. I don't have any staining on that edge. Now this is being, a blued out version. Now, if you want more stainless steel, obviously you can get uncoated versions as well as coated in the S35VN variant. So leave a comment below on what is your preference. Do you like A2 a little bit more or S35VN? Now, regardless if you're backpacking or just daily carrying your fixed blade, having versatility of carrying options is key, and the Jackalope definitely brings a lot to the table in that category. And we'll get to that in just a second. But for those of us who love the outdoors, like myself, having apparel that protects you from the sun but also can keep you cool is essential. And so what I've been using on this particular trip is the LA Police Gear Terrain Sun hoodies. And I am really impressed because not only does it give me a really good coverage with their 3-panel hood, being able to go over any baseball cap that you may be wearing, but covers your ears, covers your neck, and isn't like constricting and really can stay on you even for miles and miles of hiking. But it has thumb holes and a good polyester spandex blend with an antimicrobial, so it doesn't stink. So you get good fit, good flex, and I can use it either under heavier coats or over one or two other pieces of apparel. It just really is giving me this nice blend so that when the sun comes out, it's breathable and keeps me cool and protects me from the sun. But like it often happens here in the high country, all of a sudden the sun goes away, I'm warmer than if I was just wearing my t-shirt. So it's really giving me this good hybrid capability. And so the best part, LA Police Gear always seems to be able to provide performance at a great value. Currently, these things are going for $30 with lots of color combinations to choose from. So I'll have a link popping up as well as in the description box below, along with my 10% off promo code, helping save even a little bit extra. So if you're looking for something, regardless if it's for outdoor adventures, you're just spending time on the lake, or early morning or evening workouts as the temperatures change, I encourage you to check out the Terrain Sun hoodie from LA Police Gear. I don't think you'll be disappointed. Now, how about to those carrying options? And standard is going to come with a pancake design Kydex sheath. Now, because the profile is so slim, this thing is slimmer than some taco design sheaths that I own. It has tons of lashing points for you to attach all sorts of different mounting options. It has a nice little drainage hole. It has excellent tension, so it ain't going anywhere. There's a slight rattle, but a very good thumb ramp for speed of deployment, no walk up, and it clicks in very securely. Now, because it's so slim and well balanced, the rubberized strap that goes all the way over with a locking button is perfect to be able to slide through PALS webbing, like on my chest rig. And that's where I ran it extensively, and it worked flawlessly in that setup. And you could also run it on a lot of shoulder strap attachments or even through a shoulder strap. And then you can completely unscrew it and kind of remount it into a vertical kind of standard carry with the rubberized strap as well. It will be a high ride in that formation, in which case there are tons of options, obviously, that you can do. You can do ulti clips to be able to carry in your pocket, like a pocket carry, and you can do Blade Tech locks, Molly locks, and over on the Exodus Knife and Tool site, there's even a leather backer that you can screw in and then give you a really good drop with some other attachments for fire steels and things like that. So there's tons of modularity with the Kydex sheath itself. But if you want to go all out, Jacob has partnered with Spirit of the Bear Designs for some excellent fold over leather sheaths. Look at that brown with that topo, lots of lashing points, excellent belt loop right there, so it's going to hold on a lower ride if you like that type of thing. The friction and tension is excellent, and these are pre-made for these knives, so you don't have to send these knives in to get them custom made with these leather sheaths. So I will try to link that as well if that's something that you want to augment the design of the Jackalope and carry it in a more traditional leather sheath belt carry design. Unique handle, and this is a Liberty wood. There are tons of customization options, not only that you can just choose from, but also that you can buy aftermarket on the Exodus Knife and Tool site, just adding to the level of versatility and kind of that idea of building out your blade how you want. That gives you some versatility. But there's micarta, there's Richlight, there's G10. It's just always kind of rotates and depends on availability. I love the Liberty wood because of its natural kind of feel and style. Now, it's not, you know, it's not impervious. You know, I've gotten on that backpacking trip a little scratches and, you know, bumps and dings that are going to happen, but that gives it some character. Now, when we look at the handle, because you can unbolt it, swap out different handles if you want to customize in that way, the design from guard to bird beak, because that's where our hand sits, is 4 3/8 of an inch. So it's massive. I mean, I have large size hands, as you guys know, and it's 3 1/4 inches across right there. That means there's tons of real estate. When I wear leather gloves in the winter, things like that, I'm gonna be able to grip this thing all day long. And there's no hot spots because every single angle is contoured, rounded, and machined. There's no weird abruptness or oddness in the ergonomics. Now, there's one detail to be aware of. We're looking at 0.6 maximum thickness right here, which is good, and a little bit more than that on the height right here in this belly portion, and the neck tapers just a little bit on the sides to 0.55, and the height is about the same as 0.55 inches. So what that means is the precision and the guidance system of this blade is like a Sidewinder missile. It's going to lock on to whatever task you're doing, pinch pull, being able to guide the tip to clean out a fish, do whatever you're doing, go through cardboard, cordage, rope, be able to put your thumb up and be able to do a notch and do those type of things. The one detail is because it is pencil-esque, Sharpie kind of feel in your hand, the narrowness of it means that if you're just going to do a standard hammer grip like that, the blade floats around and you don't have the leverage that you're really looking for to make a feather stick or a hard push cut. That means that you have to put your thumb right here, pushing it into the index finger, boom. Then you're locked in, target is hot, and then I'm making feather sticks all day with this thing. I'm doing push cuts all day with this thing. But just be aware of that. If you like really broad, beefy Becker BK2 handles, this just isn't it. That's the trade-off. And that brings us into pricing and some competitive options. The slimness of profile allows me to, again, carry it on trail wherever, however, and it's right where I want it. If we look at something like, say, the LULU Large from KNAFS, made by LT Wright, A2 steel, almost the exact same cutting edge, American made, and the handle is way beefier. I can do this hammer grip like all day. You know, the blade is way broader. This is way heavier, way bulkier. On a backpacking trip, this is going to end up riding in my backpack. Or a day hike, that's where it's going to go. And then I'll put it on my belt around camp. But this is a belt knife. This, I'm carrying this all the time, as you saw, everywhere. 31 miles through rugged terrain. And I have this blade with the same cutting edge and same steel. And I'm going to have it everywhere anytime I want it, and it's not buried in a pack somewhere because of the slimness, lightweightness, and ease of modularity of carrying the blade. So that was just something to kind of think about and consider. Maybe you're like, dude, this is the type of size, broadness knife I need. Awesome. Carry the extra weight, do it. Or you're like, you know what, I want something that is obviously more durable than a pocket knife, but is as accessible as a pocket knife and be able to carry in so many different areas, even in my pocket, if I want to EDC it that way. So what does this come in at? And it will fluctuate some depending on sheath options and handle materials and blade materials, things that you're doing, but you can kind of expect around $215. Some are a little bit less, some are a little bit more, just kind of floats around in there, but $215 on average is what you can expect for White River being the OEM, and then all the designing, all the extra customization, and out of the get-go, ready to rock and roll on trail. And now I do appreciate Jacob from Exodus Knife and Tool hooking me up with this sample. He did not pay, did not sponsor this video in any way, shape, or form. I just have an affiliate link over to the Exodus Knife and Tool site. I'll have that popping up. It's in the description box below if you want to explore this model, the extra customization options, or some of his other designs that he has. That will be provided below. Well, guys, there you have it. I hope that this video has not only entertained you, scratch that little blade itch that all of us gear lovers have, but also shown you what the capabilities of this very unique design are. If you have any questions, leave comments below, especially if you own the Jackalope. How has it been performing for you? And I encourage you to check out the other video and subscribe if you haven't. Until next time, always remember, stay equipped, stay prepared. I'll see you out there.